In this video, I'd like to discuss vehicle wraps. A vehicle wrap product can be used anytime we're wrapping a car, a truck, a trailer, a ATV, etc. If we look at the vehicle wrap product within Control, the first thing it wants to know is the quantity of wraps being ordered, then the printer that it's going to be printed on, the resolution, or print mode, then the make of the vehicle. Under the makes of the vehicle, you'll see you have a standard, trailers, and ATVs. Then it gets into your makes of vehicles, Acura, Audi, etc. In this case, your standards will be more for your quick quoting, where you're not exactly sure, don't have the vehicle already in the system. So if I chose like a standard minivan or four-door sedan, it will use the generic numbers for that. Then the wrap style is determined whether you're doing custom wrap, quarter wrap, half wrap, three-quarters wrap, or full wrap. If you select full wrap, it will automatically select every side that is chosen for the vehicle, such as towards the bottom you'll see the print driver side has already been selected, where if I choose a half wrap, it does not know which sides and where those wraps will be located, therefore they must be manually entered. Next thing it wants to know is the material it's being printed on. In this case, it's going to be the vinyl. Are we using application tape in this process, or pre-mask? The lamination type, if it's being laminated. And then the breakdown on the sides of the vehicle. In this case, we have the driver's side. The height width is determined based off the model that is chosen. If nothing is chosen, or if it's manually chosen, these can always be entered at this time. Then it needs to know the panel direction, whether that is going to be mounted on the vehicle vertically or horizontally. This can affect scrap in a great deal, yet for install purposes, most people define these. The placement is really more for your partial wraps. Are they going towards the front of the vehicle, the rear of the vehicle, or the center of the vehicle? And then any notes that you wish to print on the work order for the driver's side. Then it would be the same for the passenger, hood, roof, rear, or other. Other can be predefined based off the vehicle. Once we have our standard sizes and information in the system, we'll look at our material utilizations. At this point, it is figuring out the scrap based off of the panel direction and the sizes as far as how much material it's going to be required. If this scrap area wasn't sufficient, and I would prefer to go to more of a percentage scrap rather than it auto-calculating the scrap for me, you can select the Use Manual Scrap Adjustment. You'll now notice that it defaults to 10% and therefore is adding a 10% scrap factor across the board rather than trying to manually or automatically figure the scrap out. These can also be manually overridden just by being typed over. Just remember, once it is typed over, these options will no longer affect it. If we go to the Additional Materials tab, this is for any additional square footage material that you wish to add. In this case, we wanted to add mirrors to the minivan. This could be anything tied to the vehicle itself. Design. If the artwork is on file, you can select that and it will not charge for the design. It's unselected. At this point, it is taking the standard charges for design because we are on a fixed pricing method based off the vehicle. I can add additional charges and add times for cost and cost-based pricing. The next one is the add-ons. This is for any additional modifiers or notes you'd wish to put on the work order. And the layout information. This is for gaps, overlaps, margins, etc. in the print. This will affect every side that you add it to. Next, let's talk a little bit about pricing methods. At this point, it is on a fixed base pricing method, which means it is getting its price based off the vehicle information that has been entered, regardless of what type of material is being used. If this is switched to an area-based pricing method, it is then looking at the square footage or area-based pricing for this 2mm vinyl and utilizing it, as well as the lamination price. Whereas a cost-based pricing is looking at all of the materials in the system and all the labors in the system and coming up with that, and then adding a multiplier to come up with that price. Now, Vehicle Wraps really incorporates 3 products. This, what we've gotten through, is just the main vehicle. Next, let's talk about the windows that may need to be wrapped. If we select a full wrap with windows to get a fixed price on that with one, or if we're doing a half wrap or a custom, we would select these manually as well. If we go into the window perf product, it looks very similar. The vehicle is going to default based off of the main wrap product, but you may choose to print it on a different machine or due to its different nature of material. The material type, if it's being laminated, and then again the different sides of the windows, as well as any scrap areas, or you could use manual scrap areas as well in that particular product. The next is our installation. Wrap installation also will pull the vehicle information from the other products, but you can choose where is it going to be installed, basically in your shop or at the customer's location. It is pulling the vehicle area based off the product ahead of it, as well as the price based off the fixed charges. You could at this time also put in any costing information as far as travel time, install, or removal time, as well as outsourced information. This concludes our Vehicle Wrap product. If you have any other questions, please view our other videos or contact Sirius Implementation Department. Thank you.